The hell? What happened to the TV?
If you're a Persona fan, chances are you already got this tactical spin-off of the franchise's stylish masterpiece on your waiting list. If you're not a Persona fan, there's still plenty of time to get into the series. You won't want to miss Tactica.
What is this place?
In this thrilling combat adventure, players can lead an emotional revolution, building their dream squad of heroes to confront oppressive armies in exciting turn-based combat. Dynamic combat mechanics include powerful personas and an array of weapons to stylishly eliminate enemies.
And you just happened to stumble into this world?
Persona 5 Tactica launches on the 17th of November on PC via Steam, Nintendo Switch and PlayStation.
Helped the Rebel Corps. Never forget that we're a united force who can rely on each other.
You should be grateful to have been made my subjects. But you're just mannerless little brats.
Unfortunately, returning will be no easy feat.
Somewhere deep inside, I know you realize things can't go on like this. So, will you take a stand beside us?
Yeah, let's show them what we got.
The dragon stirs in the void, and an empire.
If you didn't know better, you might think that SKALD Against the Black Priory was a forgotten PC classic. The game styles presents a dark and detailed world with a pixelated top-down perspective that's bound to leave you with a nostalgic feeling.
Or in the Golden Dead, to whom we offer.
With enhanced features like auto-resolve quest logs and a modern inventory system, the game provides a fresh take on old-school RPG experiences. You can try the demo right now, while the full game is expected sometimes in 2023 on PC via Steam and GOG.
And for us, there is no salvation.
This tactical fantasy RPG has gorgeous pixel art and animation and an eye-catching cinematic style that helps it rise above the rest. Based on what we've seen so far, the White Raven has plenty of homages to Fire Emblem, but executes them in a way that feels like a nod to the classics rather than an imitation. It promises to have choices that affect the story, as well as dynamic romances and rivalries. We can't wait to see how it turns out. On PC via Steam, no release date has yet been announced. In the meantime, check out our interview with the devs on turnbasedlovers.com. Baldur's Gate 3 needs no introduction. The original game, set in the legendary Forgotten Realms of Dungeons & Dragons fame, are the most beloved CRPGs of all time. With Dungeons & Dragons more popular now than it's ever been, fans are ready to welcome the return of Baldur's Gate as well. Developed by Larian Studio, the team behind the incredible Divinity Original Sin games, Baldur's Gate 3 has been in early access since 2020. RPG fans are in for a thrilling adventure when the full game launches on the 3rd of August 2023 on PC via Steam and GOG.
My, this place is fun.
Someone I want you to meet. A friend who sees the world.
The dark days descended upon you.
Still can't get enough of the Iron Oath, just over 1 year into early access. Where Battle Brothers popularized the open-world, greedy mercenary scene, the Iron Oath is still on track to perfect the formula. The game's pixel art and tactical combat are still just as thrilling as when the game was first announced.
Strengthen your forces.
As years pass, players must hire and manage their team, tackle dangerous missions, and adapt their strategy as their mercenaries age, retire, or die. we're expecting to see the Tales by the Fire update any day now, with more content coming in Q3 of 2023. This means we are unlikely to get a full release until the end of this year at the very earliest. But if any game is worth the wait, it's this one, on PC via Steam and GOG. It may never have reached the heights of fame like Final Fantasy, but the PS1 Wild West RPG Wild Arms built up a dedicated fan base. There might not be any more Wild Arms games coming, but the original game's creators are giving us a brand new take on the overall concept with Armed Fantasia. As part of a dual Kickstarter campaign with Penny Blood, Armed Fantasia brings back the enormous JRPG world map. Players will be challenged to traverse and explore the untamed frontier with their trusty arm, finding new adventures in a world when the game launches, probably sometimes in 2024 or 2025. Check out the official website. Just as Armed Fantasia is a spiritual sequel to Wild Arms, Penny Blood takes up the banner for Shadow Earths. It's always a threat to see a JRPG that takes place somewhere other than a magic punk fantasy setting. So Penny Blood's gothic noir 1920s world is sure to catch some attention for novelty alone. Even if you've never played Shadow Earths or Wild Arms, Armed Fantasia and Penny Blood are sure to be on the lips of every JRPG fan when they launch. I can't wait to try them. One of the most exciting indie JRPGs over here is only a few months away. Whether you are a fan of classic 90s hits or want to play a game that's full of art and adventure, Sea of Stars will definitely be a game to play this summer. Sea of Stars is a modern take on classics RPGs by Sabotage, blending old school nostalgia with current day innovations in combat, storytelling and environment interaction. With breathtaking environments and enemies and the soundtrack to match from Yasunori Mitsuda, we are expecting very good things from Sabotage Studios with this title. Sea of Stars is scheduled to release on the 29th of August 2023 on PC via Steam, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation and Xbox. In the meantime, give the demo a try.
Doesn't exist.
Airbrained Schemes made a name for themselves with excellent tactical games like the Shadowrun trilogy and Battletech. Now they're bringing their expertise to an original setting with the Lamplighters League. With big set-piece battles and exciting firefights, 90s, 30s pulp action is perfect for a tactical game, so it's very exciting to see one of the best devs in the genre giving it a go. Players can explore a range of global locations, and strategic decisions are key in thwarting the enemy's plans. Enhancements to team members' gear and abilities are crucial as the threats escalate. Although missions lead to resource gains and skill growth, the team must also manage the effects of stress and injury.
Try not to look so glum.
The Lamplighters League is currently listed for release on the 3rd of October 2023 on PC via Steam and Epic.
You're going to help me save the world. For hardcore JRPG fans, a new Atlas title is always worth at least a passing glance. When a new Atlas title comes from the creators of the last 3 Persona games, fans know they're in for a treat. Such is the case with Metaphor ReFantazio. Details are pretty scant at this point, but it's pretty clear that Atlas is hoping to launch a new franchise with Metaphor, capable of standing alongside their flagships Persona and Shin Megami Tensei. Considering the game is billed as dark fantasy, it will probably lean more toward the latter. If that's the case, then we are eager to fight some demons in 2024. Check out the official website.
どうやら面白い力を手にしたようだ。
主君に捧げると決めた覚悟そのものだ。
これこそ人間の真実だ。
道は2つに1つ。
またあったね。やはり君は興味深い。
今こそあんた自身がそうなる番よ。
正義かどうかじゃない。誰もが恐れと不安に負けそうで。
理想を貫け。
何が正しいのかわからない。
全ての始まりはあなたの持つ小説。
幻想はただの絵空事なんかじゃない。
Wuxia martial arts stories are practically made for JRPGs, but that particular style of story seems to struggle in West. That might change with Wandering Sword, which follows a young warrior's journey to become a master martial artist and hero. Players can master various martial arts forms and weapons, cultivating internal and external energy through meridian points. The game offers both real-time and turn-based combat modes for varying gaming style. If you like last year's remake of Live Alive, then Wandering Sword's grid-based combat and 2.5D presentation should be right up your alley. The equipment and character customization system looks to be quite deep.
Turn-based RPG with complete...
I have a feeling that if you were to look at the player stats for Stoneshard, either in its current early access form or post-launch, those players would either have hundreds of hours logged or 20 minutes, with very few players falling in between those two extremes. This brutally challenging open-world RPG isn't for everyone, but players who like it will absolutely love it.
And challenge ever greater danger.
Stoneshard is an open-world turn-based RPG where players live the tough life of a medieval mercenary. With no hand-holding and limited saves, it's a strategic game that rewards carefully planning.
Or level prerequisites. In Stoneshard,
Stoneshard is the kind of game where surviving a single quest is an accomplishment, but when you pull it off, you feel like you really earned it. Preparation, risk assessment, and a lot of trial and error are all keys to success. If that sounds like your kind of game, you can play the early access version now. There are still plenty of updates on the horizon, on PC via Steam and GOG.
Even higher by choosing the Iron Man mode, where character death becomes permanent. Stoneshard is coming to steal.
Rogue traders.
It remains to be seen whether Rogue Trader will be the best Warhammer 40k video game ever made, but it's almost certainly the most immersive.
Regions of space. Little can
Exploring the worlds of the Imperium in a Divinity-style CRPG while battling aliens, demons, and more is sure to be the highlight of this interstellar adventure.
unique denizens. Unsanctioned psychos.
The game features isometric turn-based combat where strategic positioning and ability utilizations are crucial for victory. Grounded in a classic Rogue Trader rule set, the game offers an expansive realm of possibilities for the players to explore. From ground skirmishes to space-borne fleet engagements, Rogue Trader is sure to be full of exciting battles in the grim darkness of the far future.
Be the deciding factor between victory.
This game will be a must-play for 40k fans and RPG gamers in general when it launches sometimes on PC via Steam.
Personal void ship and the resource-rich worlds under their control. This is what makes them such dominant figures. And those who succumb to the darkness risk a calamitous fate in exchange for their soul. Only madness and damnation await.
It would be easy to say that Broken Roads is Fallout but in Australia. There's a lot more to it than that, though, and the demo will leave you wanting more. The post-apocalyptic isometric CRPG gameplay will be instantly familiar to anyone who's played similar games like the Wasteland series, while the game's unique morality system and story choices allows for multiple playthroughs.
That might make you someone else. Someone worth fighting.
The game merges traditional RPG elements with a classless system, allowing extensive character customization. Actions in Broken Roads aren't good or evil, nor are they lawful or chaotic. Instead, players' choices determine their character's overall life philosophy, unlocking new options based on the sum total of their actions. You'll be able to tell your own story in the Outback when the game releases later this year on PC via Steam and GOG and PlayStation. Reverse Collapse comes from a franchise that until now has been comprised of mobile gacha games, so it naturally has some extra work to do in winning over players who expect a deeper experience. Look at that, the movement of the cutter. We had a chance to try it out recently and it's looking like Reverse Collapse might just be able to pull it off. Reverse Collapse propels the players into a future world during a second Cold War, where intrigue and personal stories are skillfully told with a highly inspired anime graphic style. Through tactical near-future combat interspersed with slick-looking anime cutscenes, Reverse Collapse put players in command of a global conflict threatened to upend the world order. The battle begins later this year on PC via Steam. And I'll finish him off.
Wow, isn't that fancy?
The accessibility of a tactical game is often inversely proportional to the realism of its setting. The more aliens and wizards a game has, the easier its gameplay is to grasp. Games focused on realistic modern combat tend to be targeted more toward a niche of players who want deep, crunchy systems that take a long time to learn. Jagged Alliance 3 flips this dynamic on its head, presenting a fictional war-torn nation in a modern world through accessible XCOM-style battles.
Have the higher ground. Are your mercs in cover? How about the lines of sight?
It's a great pick for players hoping for a military thriller without needing a spreadsheet open on their second screen. Best of all, it's only a week away, launching on the 14th of July.
on Steam and Go.
And then they explode. Is it challenging? Yes. Is it fun? You're damn right it is. These mechanics are core to your battle strategy, giving combat an organic feel. It also makes listening to your mercs important, most of the time.
Igor, great at hiding. You will see. Or you will not.
So what else can we say except you'll have to check it out for yourself. Thanks for watching!
君も僕も譲れないものがある。なら、戦うしかないんだな。
Eiyuden Chronicle had one of the most successful campaigns in the history of Kickstarter, becoming the first funded Kickstarter video game of 2020, and so eagerly anticipated that a smaller game, Eiyuden Chronicle Rising, was released last year to sate fans' hunger. Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Eras is a highly anticipated JRPG set in a diverse world of Al-Ran. The game's narrative unfolds against the backdrop of various nations whose history is shaped by the use of swords and magical objects. With a cast large enough to rival Suikoden and incredible animation both in and out of combat, Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Eras will be the JRPG event of the season when it launches. It's still listed as coming soon, so there's still some more time before that happens on PC via Steam and Epic, PlayStation, Xbox and Nintendo Switch.
この発見が僕たちの帝国と諸国連合の友情の証になるように願おう。
Okay, what is that?
Demons. Sacrifire is an upcoming RPG from Pixelated Milk, known for their games Regalia of Men and Monarchs and Warsaw, that allows players to engage in intricate battles with multiple weapons and elaborate combos. The game merges pixel art and 3D graphics, offering retro-style characters in 3D environments.
Take that! I could have timed that.
Gameplay includes varied combat disciplines, weapon crafting, puzzle solving, and dungeon exploration.
There are things that the living cannot understand.
Suppose Pixelated Milk's previous titles are any indication, in that case Sacrifire is bound to garner some loving fans, though there is not currently a release date listed for the game, planned to be out on PC via Steam, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation and Xbox. If you like Persona, then you'll certainly want to check out Demonschool. From its cast of misfit students to its social gameplay and climatic battles against giant monsters, this RPG has everything you're looking for, presented with style. Fans of publisher Isbreed Games, known to expect engaging stories in a strange but relatable world, and Demonschool looks to carry on that tradition. It doesn't have a release date yet for PC via Steam, so be sure to wishlist and follow it to stay up to date.
Ichiban Kasuga became a new face of the long-running Like a Dragon series, formerly known in the West as Yakuza, so players will no doubt be excited to see him returning for a new adventure in 2024's Infinite Wealth. Ichiban's introduction to the series transformed the usual action beat-em-up gameplay into a turn-based RPG with stunning results. With only a launch trailer to go, it's unclear right now whether he'll be wielding his baseball bat, Dragon Quest style again, or if he'll make the leap into real-time battles, but either way we'll be glad to join this gangster with a heart of gold on his next quest, on PC and consoles.
Oh my god! A stranger!
Oh, surf's up, dude. Yeah, dude. Hang loose, bro.
This video ends here. Let me know what you think about these 20 games in the comments below. Remember to hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and also consider supporting me through all my pages. Wish you the best. Ciao!